People can take months, maybe even years coming up with a name for a company. We came up with the name Princive in a day. It's actually harder than you might think to come up with a name, because once you come up with a name, you have to make sure that things like the domain are available. And that's a huge thing. You might come up with a great name, go try to buy the domain, it's gone. Someone else beat you to it. So even though we came up with the name Princive in a day, there was probably 200 iterations that were done before we arrived at the name Princive. How this was possible? It's possible because of models like ChatGPT that allow you to iterate a lot quicker. So for this ideation process, we're not coming up with it in our own heads. We're just getting a bunch of different versions saying, okay, I like these, and really just narrowing it down quickly. You never really want to get in that loop where you're thinking about the name, and not actually doing the work of building the organization. At the same time, you want to come up with a name good enough for the company that, what if it's around in 100, 200, 500 years? You want it to be a name that you like and that has staying power, or that you at least believe that it has staying power within the name. But before the company was called Princive, which it is now, the company was called the Princive Group. So as I talked a little bit about in the last video, it was initially a consulting company. So the Princive Group has a lot of companies in the consulting space that have the name group after that, so figured why not? And then the just gave it a little bit of prestige. This was a great name because all the handles were available, the domain was available. But as I mentioned, we wanted to shift from consulting into a different space. So we dropped the group, kept it clean, and now the company is called Princive. We wanted it to sound less like a company that provides services. So the Princive Group, you can tell from the naming convention that there is a service of some sort that it provides. And we switched to Princive so it could sound like a platform, a SaaS company. We felt that this new naming convention gave us bigger reach. So instead of just reaching thousands through consulting, we can reach millions with a shorter, more focused name. I'll keep this one short and sweet, mostly because I don't want to do a lot of editing tonight. No, I'm half kidding. But the next video, I'll talk about the importance of iterations when creating a logo. So logo creation is kind of the next step after the naming convention. Once you confirm you can have the name, all the handles on social media, the domains, things of that nature, the next step is really just the logo design. So I'll talk a little bit about that in the next video.